Hi guys, Fogg here and welcome to another FIFA 21 video, and today guys I'm going to be taking a look at the new road to the final SBC Hector Herrera from Atletico Madrid. What a weird day for us to receive a road to the final player. There was nothing for icons today, so Icon Thursdays doesn't seem to be a pattern. Basically, we got icons last Thursday, and I assume that every single Thursday from now on we'd get icon SBCs, but we haven't. And I'm hoping for tomorrow some news on icon swaps as well. But we've had nothing, which is a little bit disappointing, but even so, they've made up for it slightly with this Hector Herrera SBC. I would have expected to have seen maybe a road to the final Europa League SBC instead, especially with Europa League final games taking place today as well, but that's not to be the case. Also, a kit SBC there, a market matchup, so let's see if this card's going to be worth doing, and also, only one segment to him, but also how are Atletico doing in their group? I don't think they're doing that well. I think they're doing okay, but I don't think, I'm pretty certain they can't finish top. But we'll have a look in a second. We'll have a look at what he requires and then have a look at his in-game stats. And at the same time, we'll see where Atletico are in the group. So they are second. They played 5 games. It's impossible for them to finish top. So theoretically, they would get a harder draw in the last 16. So it's an 85 rated squad with very high chemistry, a team of the week, and 1 La Liga Santander player. So it's going to come in at about 100,000 coins. Well, probably more than 100,000. Probably 120,000, maybe 130,000. Now, of course, if Atletico are to progress to the last 16, he will go up to an 86 rated. As an 86 rated, he would be superb. As an 86 rated, he'd be up there in the top 2, top 3 best box-to-box midfielders in La Liga, without a doubt. Even now, he's probably one of the best ones at the, but interesting. Now, Atletico, so Bayern are guaranteed to finish top on 13 points. Atletico got 6 points. Salzburg have 4, and Lokomotiv Moscow have 3 points. Their final game, they've only had 1 win. Their final game is away to Salzburg. So if Salzburg beat Atletico Madrid in that next game, they're out. And you wouldn't get the upgrade to go into the Europa League. Interesting. Now, it's 3-star skills and 4-star weak foot, high work rate, 6'1". I didn't know he was that tall, actually, which is good for a box-to-box midfielder. His pace is nice for a centre mid. His shooting stats are solid for a centre mid as well. His passing stats are okay. They're not amazing. They're just, I would want them to be better than that, so definitely toss a Camsel onto those. His dribbling stats are pretty good for a centre midfielder. His defensive stats aren't too bad, and also quite nice physicality stats. Not too much going on in player traits. Don't get me wrong, this is a good card. I don't know. You see, this is the thing, because, okay, if they go through to the last 16, we've seen that. So, if they go through to the last 16, they could play the likes of Manchester City. We know they're not going to finish top of the group. So, if they get to the last 16, they'll be playing a team that finished top of the group. Now, teams that are already pretty much guaranteed to finish top are Manchester City, Liverpool, although I haven't said that. Liverpool, of course, were beaten by Atletico last season. Chelsea. Dortmund or Lazio, Barca, Juventus, PSG, United, because United could still finish top, Leipzig as well. There'd be by no means a no easy tie for them in the last 16 for Atletico. If they were to finish third, you would retain an 84 Herrera, but then they go into the Europa League, and arguably I could see Atletico going further in the Europa League than in the Champions League, but the problem is you'd have an 84 Herrera all the way up until late February, which obviously by that point, an 84 Herrera during February won't be a great card. He'd be okay, but you'd ideally want them to progress to the last 16 and get that upgrade now, get that 2 rating upgrade. And if he does get a 2 rating upgrade, if they are to go through to the last 16, then this would be a good value for money SBC. But as we know at the moment, they're far from guaranteed to go through. They drew both games to Lokomotiv Moscow. Like, yes, they're doing okay in the league, but the problem with Atletico is they don't score often. Suarez has had a few illness problems recently as well. I know João Felix has certainly been a lot better for them this season. They've got Carrera, Carrasco as well. But, 1 win, 3 draws, and 1 defeat in the Champions League for them. They've only scored 5 goals. Salzburg have scored 10. Salzburg have scored double the amount of Atletico, and they're going to be at home to Atletico, probably with fans as well, although I'm not too sure what the situation is in Austria at the moment regarding having sporting attendances. But at the same time, Salzburg have conceded 15 goals. This is the thing. I mean, if Atletico draw the game, they're through. They only have to draw to go through, because Lokomotiv Moscow You know, if they drew, Atletico would go on to 7 points. Lokomotiv Moscow, even if they were to win, would only go on to 6. So the chances are they will still go through, but it's by no means a guarantee, is it? That's the interesting thing. But, you know, if you're running a La Liga team, it might be worth taking the risk, potentially. I'm not going to do it because he's not Brazilian, of course. But in regards to just what box-to-box midfield players we've got at the moment in La Liga, don't get me wrong, even right now as an 84 rated, he's a good card. Right now, currently as an 84 rated, does that particular card that you'd get right now for completing the SBC represent great value for money? I don't think it represents terrible value for money, but I don't think it's like 10 out of 10 value for money. But if he gets that upgrade, if Atletico get through to the last season, he goes up to an 86 rated card, gets that big boost of 2 overall ratings, then he 100% becomes good value for money, without a doubt at that point. They've just got to do the job, Atletico. And I comfortably say that Herrera card is better than Modric in this game, better than David Silva, better than Kroos, better than Parejo, better than Pjanic. You could not better than Valverde. De Jong is very good in this game. You could probably say that right now, that Herrera card is in the top 4, after seeing Llorente, is in the top 4 best box-to-box midfielders in La Liga. That's what I'd say. What are we saying for CDM positions? I mean, Casemiro and Fernando would probably be better CDM cards than what Herrera would be. But I do understand people doing this SBC, but it is a risky one, because if they go down into the Europa League, they're not going to go out completely. Worst case scenario, they go into the Europa League, and you'd fancy that they get a relatively easy draw in the last 32, which in that case, come the end of February, you would probably get that 2+ upgrade to an 86. But at that point, so many more months have passed in the game that you probably already would have at that point a better box-to-box midfielder already in your team by that point, maybe through grinding, icon swaps, maybe doing the icon SBCs. So you really need him to go through in the Champions League, ideally, to get the benefit, to get the value for money out of doing the SBC. And I wouldn't put all your coins on the line just to do him. If you're sitting there with quite a few disposable coins, then yeah, by all means. But he is a bit of a risky one to go for. Who knows? They might go and beat Salzburg like 8-0. But I just, I can't. If they're going to go through, judging how they've played in the first 5 games, they're going to struggle. Salzburg on their day are a decent little team. I remember last season when Liverpool came up against them. They are a decent team. They are not to be underestimated at all. They can play good football. Even without Haaland, they're still a tidy little team by all means. And also losing Hwang and Minamino, they're still a good side. So that's going to be a very interesting game. Let me guys know what you think in the comment section. Hopefully tomorrow we'll get some more stuff on icon swaps. And of course on the team of the group stage promo as well. But anyway guys, hopefully you have enjoyed watching this video. And I'll see you guys later.